Liebe Mitbürgerinnen und Mitbürger, chers compatriotes, cari concittadini, dear fellow citizens, dear participants, dear guests, werte Mitbürgerinnen und Mitbürger, guten Tag, bonjour, buongiorno, buon pomeriggio, good afternoon, sawadee krap. And welcome to today's virtual town hall meeting. Das ist eine Gemeinsversammlung, unsere Gemeindeversammlung ou Assemblée communale, organisée par l'ambassade de Suisse à Bangkok, organized by the Swiss Embassy in Bangkok. Today, our subject we dedicate this town hall meeting will be new tax rules or for foreigners residing in Thailand. Most of you have heard it already and got the news and heard about it. We are here to clarify. Thank you for your interest and for attending today's meeting. I am Pedro Zwalen, Ambassador of Switzerland to Thailand. I have the big pleasure today to welcome Khun Nathanan Junprateepchai. He is the Deputy Director of the Legal Affairs Division of Thailand's Revenue Department. Most welcome. Thank you. And he is as well, I can welcome more representatives from the Tax Policy and Planning Division and the International Tax Division of Thailand's Revenue Department. They're sitting there in the background and they help us if it is necessary to answer a few of our questions. Thank you very much for joining me today, all of you. I highly appreciate your availability for today's online seminar. Before we start our conversation, I would like to briefly outline the background and the reasons why the embassy decided to organize today's online television meeting. This is what it actually is. On 15 September last year, the Thai Revenue Department announced changes to the tax regime in Thailand concerning foreign-sourced income brought into the country. This does not only concern foreign citizens, but also Thai citizens, which I just learned. So according to Department Instruction number 161/2566, a resident of Thailand deriving or earning assemblable income from abroad will be subject to personal income tax upon bringing such income into Thailand in any calendar year from 1st January 2024 onwards. So the objective of today's meeting is to provide an overview and general information about this new regime and its impact on Swiss nationals living in Thailand. We would like to clarify some key questions regarding the modifications in the tax system and improve our concerned citizens' general understanding of the new situation. In view of today's seminar, we have received over 200 questions from our Swiss community, which is a clear indication of how important this topic is for the Swiss nationals living in Thailand. A special thank, hence, goes out to you, ladies and gentlemen, who submitted their questions in writing. Merci vielmals, merci beaucoup, thank you very much, mille grazie for sending us your questions. Since we cannot reply to all questions this afternoon, we have grouped the questions and identified 16 key questions which cover the main areas of interest and of concern. We will not be able to address specific individual cases, nor can we provide personalized tax advice. We cannot do that, of course. We have 10,000 Swiss citizens living in Thailand. I encourage every citizen to actively seek out information and support in order to understand their individual circumstances based on the general insights which we can share with you today. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope this session proves to be informative and beneficial for all of you. Khun Nathanan, let me start with my first question then. Could you please start by explaining for our listeners and viewers the reasons for introducing the new tax regime here in Thailand?
First of all, I have to say thank you that Ambassador Fredo to invite us, the Revenue Department, to share the reason why we introduced these new regimes. First of all, I think people, especially foreigners, misunderstanding that the regime especially target them, right? But actually we not. The reason behind this, we would like to just ensure that fairness and equity among Thai tax residents who earn income domestically or foreign income will be subject to the same tax treatment. For example, I would like to give you an extreme example. Let's say that Swiss citizens living in Thailand and he is considered as a Thai tax resident. He earned pension from the Thai company, right? So he will be definitely subject to Thai tax, right? Mm-hmm. However, let's say Mr. Somchai worked in the Swiss company. He stayed in Thailand. Before that, if he don't bring pension back into Thailand in the same year, he won't be subject to tax. As you can see that the two situations come to the different tax results, right? It's very unfair if I compare this and show you like I said that Mr. Peter, a Swiss citizen living in Thailand, pay tax. Unlikely Mr. Somchai is a Thai citizen but get pension from abroad, don't pay any tax. As a result, so we introduce, actually we reinterpreted the sections 41 that if you are Thai tax residents and you earn foreign source income, then if you bring it back, you will be subject to Thai tax. That is the reasons behind this thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you very much. No, that's already a first very important clarification for us. There are 10,000 Swiss citizens living in Thailand. That seems a lot first, mm-hmm. But you have 70 million Thai citizens living as well here.
Yeah.
So that means, of course, the proportions are in favor of the Thais, and this is the most important incentive for you to change. Well, my second question is, when exactly will the new tax regime actually take effect?
The new tax regime we call PO 161 and 162 2023 is taking effect on the 1st of January 2024. But it applies to a Thai tax resident whose source income derived and is remit from 1st January 2024. Mm-hmm. So it means that if you earn income before, that income will not subject to this regime.
Okay. So it's a very clear-cut new start actually with that.
So
that
let me give more information. So if foreigner worry about their previous income earned before 2023, that income will not subject to this regime. So you should not be worried about that. But if you get, for example, pension after 1st January 2023, that income, if you bring it back to Thailand, will be subject to tax. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So everything I bring into Thailand that I have earned before 1st of January 24 will not be subject to the new rules.
No.
Thank you very much. My third question is, how will the new regime impact foreign residents, particularly retirees?
Actually, if let me say like this. I already mentioned about second question, right? That if you bring your income that incur after 1st January 2024, and you also are Thai residents, and you bring it back to Thailand, then you will be subject to tax. So for the retiree, actually you will get pension, right? Mm-hmm. So if you bring pension that you receive after 1st January 2024, then that pension will be subject to tax. Mm-hmm. However, don't worry about that too much. So you have Thai Switzerland double tax agreement that will solve you a double tax issue.
Okay, I think we will come to the double taxation a little bit later, but this is very important, of course, for our citizens to start understanding what the impact is of double taxation. So, what criteria determine tax residency in Thailand? Let me first ask that question.
So, to be a Thai tax resident under the Section 41 Para 3, so I'm a lawyer, so excuse me to explain in the legal way. So, for the Sections 41 Para 3, we interpreted that if anyone, including me, stay in Thailand longer than 180 days, then will be determined as a Thai tax resident. So it can be foreigner or can be Thai citizen who stay longer than 180 days in one tax year. So start from 1st January and end on 31st December of each year.
Okay. So it's really the number of days and not the type of visa. That's only in the background.
Yes. So we not discriminate by the nationality. So we determine by the date that you spend or present in Thailand.
Okay, that seems quite clear to me. Question number 5 refers to the double taxation you mentioned already. How do the changes in the tax regime align with the existing double taxation agreement between Thailand and Switzerland, in particular regarding pensions?
Okay, that is a good question, and I think a lot of people worry about that. I get a lot of questions from foreigners that they would like to stay in the beautiful country, Thailand, but they worry about they're going to have to pay more tax on pension they receive. So let me clear your concern about this. So under the Section 41, actually Section 41 gives a scope of taxing right to Thailand. So, and for 161 and 162 just interpreted Section 41. This is a domestic law of Thailand that Thai residents, whether you are Thai person or foreigner, if you are Thai residents, you're supposed to pay tax in Thailand. However, under the double taxations, we have signed 61 double tax agreement and including Thai Switzerland. So in this issue, for especially pension, we have Article 17 and Article 18 Para 2. For the article of double tax agreement.
Of the agreement with Switzerland?
Yeah, with Switzerland.
Okay. Article 16 and 17, you say?
Article 17 and 18.
17 and 18. Article 17 and 18 of the double taxation agreement between Switzerland and Thailand.
For the article, especially Article 18, Para 2, provide that if you receive pension paid out by the fund created by the Switzerland state or like created by the Swiss government, such a pension will be subject only in Switzerland. So the sentence said specifically, shall be taxable only in Switzerland. So in this case, if you receive pension from the Swiss government and you be a Thai resident, that pension will be subject to Swiss tax, but not in Thai tax. So will be like relief for Swiss person who stay in Thailand will not be subject to double tax.
In that particular case?
In that particular case.
But there are other cases, of course.
In other case, I'm sorry to say that, but in Article 17 said that pension paid to the resident of contracting state, in this case is anyone who stay in Thailand longer than 180 days, shall be taxed only in that state. So if just like pension from a company paid to Swiss citizen who is a Thai resident, that pension will subject only in Thailand but not in Swiss.
Okay.
So Swiss has to give up Swiss taxing line.
I see.
Yeah. So you're not going to be subject to double tax. Don't worry about that. So you pay tax only one country, whether in Swiss or in Thai.
Depending on the agreement which we mentioned. Very good. My next question is, what documentation is required to prove the source and amount of income, including pensions, investments, and savings? Are specific forms needed?
Actually, we don't have any specific form that require. But normally in international standard, I guess every country should have the same. We trust government document. So if you have like government document that can support, for example, withholding tax certifications or tax residency or tax payment that's certified by the government of Switzerland, that document will be very useful for filing tax return in Thailand. But we don't have a specific form.
Okay. Are documents submitted from abroad required to be in Thai language? And what is the process for verifying the authenticity and accuracy of foreign retirement documents, of foreign retirement income?
Actually, we don't. Actually, because we are in Thailand, the official language is in Thai. However, we would like to facilitate a lot of foreigners here, so English version will be acceptable as well. However, if you have like Swiss language that probably I'm not be able to read, right? So you probably have to translate and get authorized, get certified by Swiss lawyer or some kind of that.
This might be a subject, of course, of worrying. There will be some costs added, of course. This translation, I guess, it's not enough to use Google Translate. I need to hire somebody who will translate for me these documents, and it will cost me money.
Yeah, I know. I apologize for that, but since we not be able to understand other language, English is okay for Thai government for Thai staff to be able to read, but for other language, probably we have to apologize. Then we would like you to translate in English version, and then we will be able to process that.
Our translation into English will mostly be sufficient. We don't need to translate it into Thai.
Actually, we don't have any. Actually, I have to say that Thai is the requirement first. First of all,
first requirement is Thai.
Is Thai, but to facilitate and help foreigners who stay in Thailand, some document in English will be okay to submit as well.
Okay. In some cases, at least this will be the case, that English will be sufficient. Are individuals taxed separately or jointly based on marital status? And how does this affect the taxation of pensions and other income?
For this question, under the revenue code, the couple can choose to file tax returns separately or jointly under the revenue code. So this is depend on the couple situation. For example, the husband has a lot of money, the wife have little, they might choose to file tax jointly, or both they have high income, they can choose to separately file tax return. But it's not related to pension especially. So it's depend on each couple situation. It's depend that you have to, actually, like you said, I'm not authorized to provide tax planning, but you can try to calculate and consult your lawyer whether which one is better. But it's not related to the topic of Section 41 or about 161 and 162.
So probably I can choose whether I want to be taxed individually or whether I want to be taxed together with my wife.
Yes, it's up to you, but it depends on your situation as well. You might not, if you choose jointly, your tax result might be high. You can choose to file separately. It depends on you. It's up to you.
I understand. Are there categories of expenses that can be deducted from the newly taxable income? For instance, healthcare expenses, insurance, charitable donations?
Since you Thai tax residents, you will be eligible for a lot of allowance. So for example, personal allowance is 60,000 baht. For spouse allowance is 60,000 baht. For child allowance is first child is 30,000 and second child is 60,000. For healthcare, for health insurance will be deduct upon 100,000 baht, for example. So it's a lot of deduction we provide to Thai tax residents to enjoy.
Does the new tax regime affect visa regulations for foreign residents? Especially, do visa regulations require tax compliance evidence? And how does this affect long-term visa holders, including retirees?
So actually, for the visa, Section 41 is due just for the taxing right in Thailand. So from my knowledge, when you're going to apply visa or reapply work permit in Thailand, they require you to submit a tax return, a copy of tax return. So at least you have to file tax return in Thailand and then get a copy, and then you can use that copy to submit a visa. If you don't have that, you're probably not eligible to get a work permit. Yeah. From my understanding, but I think you have to check with your visa lawyer about this.
Yeah, that would then be a different department, but there is that link between the taxation and the visa. Will the effect be the same across different visa categories? One more question concerning the visa. For example, are holders of special visas such as Thailand Elite and long-term resident, LTR, are these holders subject to the same conditions as non-immigration O visa holders?
This thing, I think, thank you for giving me this chance to explain. A lot of foreigners very confused or misunderstanding about the new tax regime we introduced last year. Actually, we introduced the for 161 and 162. Like I said, we like to give a tax treatment to equalize the tax treatment between among Thai tax residents. However, we also provide tax incentive to a lot of foreigners who are eligible for special visa, for example, LTR, long-term visa. If you get long-term visa, then you get a special tax treatment, for example, tax exempts. We have a lawyer degree provide tax benefit to LTR visa. When you are eligible, the foreign source income will be exempt when you bring it back. So you're not going to be affected by 161 and 162, as long as you get LTR visa.
Maybe you can explain a little bit more how this comes about. I know we have comparable situations somewhere in Switzerland as well. So depending on your economic situations, you have different conditions how to settle in a different canton, for instance, in Switzerland when you're a foreigner. But maybe you can explain a little bit more about this difference, because we have a large variety of Swiss citizens living in Thailand. Maybe you can explain a little bit more about that. Why is there a different treatment, and what does that mean for Thailand?
I think we have to come to the basic first. The basic is we would like to tax everyone equally, as long as you be a Thai resident, stay in Thailand more than 180 days. And for the regime that we would like to encourage foreigners to stay in Thailand, we would like to encourage people that stay long, right? Because long-term visa, but we have specific category. For example, the visa for wealthy global citizens, which have to hold asset worth at least $1 million in Thailand, or
1 million.
1 million, or wealthy pensioner, like someone would like to retire in Thailand, they can get a LTR visa, or working from Thai professionals, working from Thailand professional. So we would like to encourage a lot of smart people to come to Thailand, to work in Thailand and enjoy a tax benefit, with separate issue that we discussed about for 161 and 162.
Yeah, I see, yes. It is though linked, of course, and it refers to the different treatment. That's good to understand. I mean, in Switzerland, of course, we also have the different treatments depending on how much money you bring as investment to a canton or not. That's common in most or in many countries, obviously. Now, how are earnings from investments, including dividends, interest, and capital gains taxed? And what evidence is required to prove taxes have been paid in another jurisdiction? I mean, you mentioned double taxation, so this is quite some paperwork involved there. Yes.
Besides pension, I think this issue very hot issue as well about investment income, because we got a lot of question from Thai persons, Thai residents as well, that they worry about the investment abroad that will be subject to tax. So as I mentioned before, that first of all, the investment or income that earned before 1st January 2024 will not be subject to tax. You can bring it back anytime you want, will not be subject to tax. But income after 1st January 2024, when you bring it back, will be subject to tax. This is include the income from investment as well.
It's included.
Yeah, whether it's going to be dividend that you receive abroad, or interest, or you sell something and you get capital gains from abroad, will be subject to tax. But the tax will be due when you bring it back into Thailand. However, I would like to just provide relief to all of you that double tax agreement, we have 61 double tax agreements. So you can look at it, and most of them will be relief double tax issue. So you pay tax just one place. For example, you will pay only in Thailand. Or if you pay both country and you are Thai resident, we will give you a tax credit, foreign tax credit to Thai residents.
That's an interesting concept, this credit. Can you explain it with an example, maybe?
Example, let me give you like a simple number. Mm-hmm. Let's say that you get a dividend paid by Swiss bank. Can I get in Thai baht? Will be easy for me.
Yes, fine. We are in Thailand.
Yeah. So even though you get from Swiss banks, but you get in Thai baht.
Yes.
Okay, so you get like 10,000 interest, 10,000 baht in interest paid from Swiss bank. Mm-hmm. I think Swiss will probably tax that 10,000 baht as well, right? So let's say that tax as 15%, right? When you bring it back, that interest will be subject to tax in Thailand as well. However, if your tax bracket is at 15%, so Thai tax will be like 1,500, right? 1,500. You pay tax in Swiss 1,500. You can take tax from Swiss against Thai tax. So the result, you will not have to pay any tax in Thailand, because we give you credit on the income that get double tax in both countries.
So very concretely, I need to show you proof of the dividends which I bring. I say I have a bank account statement where it is seen 10,000 baht were transferred to Thailand. Mm-hmm. And on the second paper I provide you there, you can see that these 10,000 were already taxed by 15%. And with these two papers, if they're in English, I can add them to my tax statement.
Return. Yes.
And then you will see, okay, 15% paid, you don't receive a bill for that taxation.
Yes. We work that way. So the thing that you have to do more, I guess, is to keep document. Mm-hmm. To keep more document that before you don't have to keep it, because you don't supposed to pay tax. But now, since the new interpretations after 1st January 2024, you have to keep a document that you earn income abroad. Mm-hmm. And the tax that you have pay abroad. And when you file tax return in Thailand, you should bring that document to prove that you have already paid tax abroad to get a credit in Thailand. Mm-hmm.
So would you agree then with that statement I read in one of the lawyer's assessments, which I read before, that one of the biggest changes maybe is that we need more documentation, that people need to keep more track record and prepare documents, etc., which they didn't need to do before. Is this one of the big effects in a way?
I think yes, but I think it's a good way because you know what you earn, right? Before you probably don't think about this too much, right? So now you have to keep record and you're gonna have to know that how much you earn each year, whether it's outside Thailand or inside Thailand, right? I think it's a responsibility of tax resident of each country, right? Probably if you stay abroad, you're supposed to keep document as well. But since you stay in Thailand and you consider as a Thai resident, so you're supposed to keep document that prove that how much you earn each year and how much tax you're supposed to pay. However, you have a benefit of DTA. You might not have to pay any tax at the end.
So, dear citizens, liebe Mitbürgerinnen und Mitbürger, mir scheint, das ist eine klare Folge dieser neuen Regelung, dass man Übersicht wahren muss und die Papiere in Ordnung bringen bezüglich seiner Einkünfte, welche man nach Thailand bringen will. Si vous voulez transférer de l'argent depuis la Suisse au Thaïlande, ça devient plus qu'avant nécessaire de maintenir une bonne documentation. Ça me paraît être une des conclusions claires. One of the clear conclusions seems to be to me, keep your documentations up to date so that you know what you earn and what you want to bring to Thailand. This might be an important conclusion already of our conversation. Well, let me move still to a few other questions. How are pre-inheritance and gift funds taxed when transferred from abroad?
So under our domestic law, we provide exemption from gift or some support or caretaking to spouse or children. So we have section 42, bracket 27, provide that an exempt of support, caretaking or gift from ascendants, descendants or spouse from a portion not exceed 20 million baht throughout the year will be exempt. So example, if you have Thai wife and you are Swiss, you give Thai wife support, right? Then Taiwan will be exempt from tax. Or in another case, if you stay in Thailand and your wife is outside and pay you money inside Thailand, it's a foreign source, right? Will be exempt up to 20 million baht per year. Another provision is section 41, bracket 28, provide that exempt from maintenance and support under moral purpose or gift received in ceremony or occasion in according with custom and traditional from persons who are not ascendants, descendants or spouse. So which means that you provide to, like for example, your child support, something like that. The portion not exceed 10 million baht per taxable year will be exempt. So above that will be taxed, but below 10 million baht will not subject to tax.
So that could be a gift to my own children as well?
Yes, to your own children.
Okay.
But it has to be like occasion or ceremony or custom, traditionals. You're not going to give like Ferrari to your son, right? That will be subject to tax. But if you give like child support for your child to live, that will be traditional. Will be exempt. Yeah.
Okay. So it is not an overall exemption.
Yeah.
For everything I would give to my children. All right. Thank you. Now, well, we are moving now to more practical elements, which might be of most interest, of course, to our listeners and viewers. Is there an online portal for tax filing? Can I go into a computer, onto the internet, and then I find a website for my tax filing? And does that accommodate the specific needs of foreign residents?
Yeah, we do have. I think we have one of the best in the online portal of the Thai government. So we provide an online portal to file tax return for everyone. However, it's in Thai. Unfortunately, it's in Thai. But I think I will bring this to my superior and discuss about this, that we might try to facilitate a lot of foreigners who stay in Thailand and provide in English. But right now it's all in Thai.
Right now it's all in Thai.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is a very important point. So language options are not there yet.
Not there yet. But we have, because we encourage everyone to file tax return online. But before that, we translate Thai tax return in English for your convenience to just study and understand what field you have to file, what does it mean. We give explanation in English, but we don't have it online.
I see. Well, of course, that will be a matter also a bit of deadlines. You know, some viewers might be worried that they cannot keep deadlines if they have to provide documents in the right language, search for translation, etc. So what are then the deadlines? Say you can provide the English translation online only in, say November this year. How much time would the Swiss citizen then have here to file his tax declaration?
Actually, since the effective of the new regime is start from 1st January 2024, so the time for you to file tax return will be next year, start on 1st January 2025. So 25th until March 31st March of 2025 is the filing tax return.
March 2025 will be my deadline to fill in my first tax declaration if I'm living in Thailand.
Yes. For your income of 2024.
For my income for 2024. Is there a possibility to extend that deadline? You know, I'm traveling, or I'm very busy, or I have a family issue and I don't find the time, or I don't get the documents from Switzerland timely, or I don't find a translator for a specific issue. So I cannot keep that deadline in March 2025. What do I need to do?
Actually, we extend, if you file online, we extend 8 days. So it will be like 8th of April.
8 days?
Yeah, 8 days.
Oh, that's very short, actually.
Yeah. If you file a tax return online, you're going to get like extra 8 days for filing tax return.
And if that's not enough?
We have no another option. If you file late, you will get like penalty.
Then I have to pay a fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And what if I don't file my tax declaration at all? If I just say I cannot do it, I cannot. I know.
Hopefully you should not. But
if I'm not good enough at filling in my tax return, what happens then? If in June 2025 I still haven't filed my tax report?
Not normally, but under the law, you have supposed to file on time. But if not, you're going to get penalty and interest on the amount tax dueable to Thailand.
Okay. Please allow me to make a suggestion from the Swiss taxing system. I personally have an issue with deadlines sometimes with taxing in Switzerland. So I cannot do it by March. The deadline is also by March for the past year. Then I can extend it online. I can extend it, I think, by 2 months without paying anything. So I just have to go online, go into my tax declaration, say, okay, I would like to extend until June 2023, now this year. And then this is allowed, and I receive an email then, which will confirm that they give me an extension to June. Now, if I think June is still not enough, I can also extend it until November of 2023. But
that is so
I have to
generous.
pay.
Okay.
I have to pay. Then I will receive an email telling me, okay, you will pay 60 Swiss francs. This will be added to your final bill, taxing bill, 60 Swiss francs, because of the extension you ask for. So this is the way the Swiss taxing authority, they make sure they don't get everything at the same time. But those who want to extend their deadline, they pay a little bit, so not everybody will extend it to November.
Okay.
So I would suggest you to consider or to talk that through with your colleagues, whether that might be an option, to handle that deadline issue with online taxing.
Can I ask, Ambassador, if you want to extend, you have to give any reasons, or you
No,
just
I just have to pay. Yeah.
Okay.
I can just choose it online, my extension. I can choose June, and then it says 0 bill. I don't pay anything. I can extend to November, then it says 60 Swiss francs, and I think there is even a third option. And it says how much I will pay for it, but I can just choose it, and because I have to pay, not everybody will do it, and so the declarations will not come in all at the same time.
Okay.
Which can be handy for the authorities as well, because they cannot do everything at the same time anyway. It will take them to follow up anyway, right?
Okay. Thank you for your suggestion.
Well, you're most welcome, of course. All right. So language, we discussed that. Maybe one idea is to use Google Translate, at least to have an idea. I guess that, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a mobile phone and you do your tax file on the computer, possibly, then you can choose Google Translate and put it, be it on a Thai text or the English text, but in the Thai text, and then it will translate you reasonably well, automatically, actually the text. Of course, this does not mean you do not have to provide us with the translation. Please, this is not the idea, but as a transitional measure, maybe this is a suggestion I could give to our listeners. So this is the language issue. Now, if somebody doesn't manage to handle online the filing and the program, the software, do you have any user support which you provide?
Actually, you can go to revenue branch office around the country to ask for more information about how to file tax return. We really provide a lot of help to all taxpayers even though you probably don't know any of Thai law, but you can ask for more information there. It will be very helpful to use.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so I get an in-person advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I say I'm a Swiss citizen living in Lampang, a beautiful city, Lampang, then I will find the address of the tax office there if I have a problem or an issue. And I can ask for an appointment and then go there, or even without an appointment, maybe.
Without an appointment, you can go there and ask for more information about your tax. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now this is very useful. Ladies and gentlemen. So you're welcome to go and ask questions. Ihr könnt Fragen stellen, wenn ihr ein konkretes Problem habt, geht ihr auf das Amt, auf das Steueramt in eurer Region und stellt die Frage der Behörden. Das ist also gut möglich. C'est bien possible de poser les questions directement chez les officiels en charge dans votre région si vous avez un problème concret, une réponse dont vous avez besoin. Good. All right. So support in person, I think this is a fair proposal. Quite often online we are stuck with a machine with an automatic answer, and so going out to ask the question to a person, I think this is definitely a good option for many people. Thank you for that advice. How does the tax system accommodate taxpayers with special needs, such as the elderly or those with health conditions, in terms of filing taxes and claiming exemptions? Well, we discussed the deadline exemptions already a bit. Suggestion I would kindly give you. What about other kind of exemptions?
So we have like special tax regime for the elderly. So, for example, if you are individual taxpayer who is 65 or above, you will get like 190,000 baht deductible from your income. So, for example, if you receive like income from Switzerland pensions, let's say 500,000 baht, then if you are 65 or above, you will get 190,000 baht deduction from 500,000 baht. Will be reduce your taxable income, and probably below threshold you don't have to pay tax, or you get credit against that as well. Yeah. So we have provide for anyone who age above 65 with special deduction 190,000 baht deductible from your incomes, as well as for disabled persons. But for disabled person, I think that you have to get approved by the Thai government. So it will be very, it's going to be applied only Thai citizen as only Thai citizen.
Do I get a tax ID card or something if I live here permanently as a foreigner?
I think you have to get a tax ID. Tax ID, yeah, to file tax return. When you earn income, for example, if foreigners stay in Thailand, working in Thailand, then they're gonna he or she will get a tax ID to file tax return, or for employee to withhold their salary. So the employee has to withhold salary, like for example 20% to the Thai government. So they have to have tax ID on that. I think apply to everyone who have income in Thailand.
So does that mean that those who have never paid taxes now, those Swiss citizens living here, they should first maybe apply for such a tax ID? They should go to the office and ask for an ID, or how does that work?
Yes. I think they have to go to the branch office to ask for the tax ID, and get tax ID.
Okay, and that's also the first moment to ask any question.
Will be a good opportunity to have more information. And clarify everything that you concern.
And they could do that now already? They could just go tomorrow and then ask for their tax ID?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. To make a good start and be sure that the deadline can be kept by March next year.
Still have
maybe it's good to start early and to go and ask for your tax ID card already now, and so you don't get stressed at the beginning of next year. But you can start bringing together your files about your income abroad in Switzerland. Also wenn Sie schon jetzt Ihre Dokumente zusammenstellen, eine Tax-ID verlangen bei den thailändischen Behörden, dann haben Sie die Möglichkeit, sich Stress einzusparen und Sie können dann Anfang nächstes Jahr in Ruhe Ihre Steuererklärung hier in Thailand ausfüllen. Bon, si vous commencez assez tôt, vous pouvez aller maintenant déjà chez le bureau dans votre région et demander votre tax ID pour commencer tôt avec tout le processus, collecter les documents, etc. Comme ça, vous évitez le stress début de l'année prochaine pour être à temps. Because I understood, the deadline is quite fixed with March 25, so it's definitely advisable to keep that deadline. Ich glaube, es wäre wirklich gut, rechtzeitig anzufangen, Papier zusammenzustellen, dass der Termin im März 25 wirklich einhalten könnt und eure Sachen in Ordnung haben mit den Steuerbehörden hier in Thailand. Okay. Any other exemptions you would like to mention in that context? Anything we have not covered?
I think we cover everything already, because for the elderly we have only 100,000 baht deductible only. For that.
Yeah. All right. We have now reached one of the last questions, and I'm sure that it is of particular importance to our viewers and to our public. Where and how can citizens and foreign residents seek clarification, information, and assistance from the government regarding tax regulations, filing procedures, and any other tax-related concerns. Part of it we replied already. We answered already with the tax office in your region, but still I would like to ask the question here once more.
Actually, from the 1st January, we already issue a guideline and a Q&A, but we do it in Thai. So after I discussed with the ambassador that you would like us to provide in English, and actually we have a lot of questions that provide from viewer, so maybe we can do it in English soon.
Thank you very much for that. No, I'm really happy that you take up our suggestion, which we discussed also before, and if you could provide the necessary information and well understandable information also in simple terms in English, in foreign languages, that would be very, very helpful. So thank you very much for that. And you can obviously, yes, base it on what we have discussed today, on the questions which we collected. Thank you very much again. Merci vielmals, vielen Dank, merci beaucoup de nous poser ces questions. Die Fragen sind Grundlage auch für Q&A-Dokument auf Englisch, wo wir zusammengestellt werden von den thailändischen Behörden. Wir haben hier sehr einen guten Anfang gemacht in diesem Sinn. So, that's a very kind promise. I really appreciate a lot. Thank you very much. So the last question here is nearly answered already. Let me read it out still. Is there, for instance, a dedicated office, a website, or a call center where concerned citizens can turn with specific questions? So maybe let's focus on the call center question. You know, if somebody cannot go to the tax office, maybe the opening hours in Lampang or whatever are during my working hours, or it's difficult. Can I call? Is there a call center or something?
Yeah, we have a call center. You can look at the website. We have the number of the call center over there, and also the website is, we have both in Thai and in English. So the call center number is 1161. So you can call
1161.
Yeah, 1161.
1166 1161 1161.
And
that's the number, the phone number.
Telephone
number for call center. But do I receive answers in English? Will you manage that already?
Yes.
Well, that would be wonderful, of course. Huh? And if not, of course, our citizens will be patient for a few more months. You have a lot of work to do, of course, to sort that all out.
We're happy to do that. Don't worry.
Thank you very, very much. So I wish to thank you, Khun Nathanan, very, very warmly again for your time and for your willingness to share these information and detailed explanations indeed regarding the new tax regime in Thailand with our audience. And this is very valuable for us. So thank you very, very much for all this. And thank you also for the promise that you will provide more information in English, so that life will be easy enough for our Swiss citizens and for other foreigners living in Thailand who are ready to pay the taxes, because that's normal in any country that you do that. And so, but of course we depend on assistance and on our support and the goodwill from the taxing authorities in this country, like in other countries as well. Your explanations have made many aspects regarding the new tax regime much clearer to me. Thank you very much, and I hope also to the audience to a very large extent. While we have endeavored to cover a broad range of topics to provide a comprehensive overview of the changes, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to stress again that each individual's circumstances are unique. Jeder Fall ist wieder anders. Jeder Fall der Besteuerung ist ein wenig anders womöglich. And so I would like to encourage everyone to reach out to the resources and to support channels which we have discussed today, and to seek also professional advice if necessary, to ensure that you are fully informed and compliant with the Thai tax laws. Donc, toutes les questions individuelles, nous ne pouvons pas répondre. Hein? C'est vraiment pas l'ambassade qui peut faire ça. Die Schweizer Botschaft kann keine individuellen Fragen beantworten zu ihrer Steuersituation. Also für diese Fragen wenden Sie sich bitte an die thailändischen Behörden. Sie haben gehört, in einiger Zeit wird auch noch Informationen auf Englisch folgen. Und die Büros stehen offen, um Ihre Fragen entgegenzunehmen, wie Herr Nathanan heute sehr, sehr freundlich bestätigt hat. So, also I would like to thank again all listeners for your participation in today's online town hall meeting. Merci vielmals, dass ihr an die virtuelle Gemeinsversammlung seid gekommen. Merci beaucoup pour nous joindre. The video of this town hall meeting, ladies and gentlemen, will be accessible online from tomorrow on. So if you want to recommend it to anyone, to friends or families, to provide an overview, to receive an overview of our tax by the Thai tax authorities, what the situation is, and how to go about paying your taxes correctly in Thailand, please share that link, and your colleagues and friends and family members can also view it if they like. In the coming days, we will also provide a written summary of today's conversation in French, in German, and in English. It will also be accessible via the website. Wenn Sie es also lieber schriftlich haben, es wird eine Zusammenfassung geben von unserer Gemeindeversammlung heute, von unserem Town Hall Meeting, diese schriftliche Zusammenfassung auf Deutsch. En français, bien sûr, aussi le texte, vous recevrez dans les prochains jours, accessible sur la website, si vous préférez avoir une information par écrit. So thank you once again for joining us today to the public. I wish everyone a wonderful afternoon and evening, and I wish you a very smooth first tax declaration management. If you need to do one, quite frankly, I have to do it as well for Switzerland. It is definitely not my favorite private task, but we have to do it, and so we also have to do it here in Thailand. Thank you very much for your understanding, and Khun Nathanan, thank you very, very much again for all the information you provided and for your readiness to visit us here at the Swiss residence on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merci vielmals.
Thank you.
Thank you.